Robin and Whitney's relationship was what it was. I didn't know that Whitney's relationship was more than just friends till later on in our marriage. You know, when you're newly married, you want to spend all your time with the person that you're newly married to.
Have you ever considered that the most celebrated figures, those we idolize and see as role models, endured profound personal struggles? They shine brightly on stage, basking in the adoration of millions. Yet concealed behind those flawless smiles lie deeply guarded secrets, carefully hidden throughout their lives. Revelation of these truths could lead to devastating consequences. Overwhelmed by stigma and intense pressure, they chose to remain silent. Consider Whitney Houston, the iconic vocalist known for enduring love songs, or Little Richard, a pioneer of rock and roll, both of whom took their sexual orientation to their graves. Who else might be included? Can you speculate? And what methods did they employ to cope with the constant fear of exposure? These individuals made significant sacrifices to safeguard their identities within a world simultaneously dazzling and unforgiving. Let's explore their narratives and understand the emotional toll hidden beneath the surface glamour. 19. The flamboyant disco legend, Sylvester, endured significant hardship for embracing his true self. His memorable hits, such as You Make Me Feel Mighty Real and Dance, Disco Heat, resonated deeply with fans, establishing him as a prominent figure of the 70s and 80s. He wasn't merely an artist. He spearheaded a musical transformation, challenging gender and style biases, and becoming a champion of self-expression. From his performances to his private life, Sylvester consistently lived authentically, serving as an inspiration to the LGBTQ+ community. However, beneath the dazzling costumes and pulsating disco rhythms, Sylvester grappled with an inner conflict. His public disclosure of his sexual orientation in a prejudiced and homophobic society proved arduous. Undoubtedly, his honesty about his sexuality resulted in intense public scrutiny and alienation from some associates. Yet, throughout his life, he persistently challenged societal norms. The question of whether a disco star could thrive amidst criticism and jealousy is answered definitively by Sylvester's enduring legacy. Tragically, in 1988, Sylvester died from AIDS-related complications, a disease that unfortunately fueled harmful misconceptions about homosexuality. His struggles continued even after his death, but his unwavering refusal to conceal his identity cemented his status as a symbol of liberation and resistance. While his life concluded tragically, his impact on music history and the LGBTQ+ community remains indelible. Sylvester's memory endures as a testament to a legend who bravely embraced authenticity in a challenging world. 18. Bessie Smith, the blues queen with a shocking, undisclosed secret. A legendary figure in blues music, Bessie Smith is renowned for captivating songs like Downhearted Blues, impacting the 1920s and 1930s music scene profoundly. Her title, the Empress of the Blues, reflects not only her immense talent, but also her perseverance amidst the prejudices of her time. However, behind her beautiful melodies, Bessie Smith lived within a rigid and traditional society. Her status as the Empress of the Blues, while bringing fame, also created a barrier preventing complete self-expression. While married, Smith's memoirs and historical records reveal same-sex relationships. The conservatism of the 1920s and 1930s cultural and societal landscapes stifled open expression of gender and same-sex love. Her immense musical stardom might have compelled her to conceal her sexuality, fearing condemnation or career repercussions. The prevalent sensitivity surrounding homosexuality at that time forced the concealment of her personal life despite later revelations. Throughout her life, Bessie Smith may have faced harsh discrimination due to her sexuality, yet her exceptional talent remained undeniable. Despite societal prejudice, Bessie Smith remains the Queen of Blues, demonstrating music's power to transcend societal limitations. 17. The reclusive Hollywood legend Sherman Hemsley remained an enigma. His private life was a mystery. Sherman Hemsley, famous for his portrayal of George Jefferson in The Jeffersons, a beloved sitcom, captivated American audiences. His career showcased both comedic brilliance and remarkable resilience in the face of adversity. Yet behind the bright lights and unparalleled talent, a shadow of solitude persisted. Despite his immense popularity, Sherman Hemsley endured loneliness and persistent speculation regarding his sexuality. Persistent rumors suggested he was gay, yet he never publicly confirmed or denied these claims. Ambiguity in his relationships and lifestyle fueled these rumors. Was this speculation accurate? Did Sherman Hemsley maintain same-sex relationships, concealing his true nature to shield his career from the prevalent societal and industry biases? Regardless, Sherman Hemsley's triumph over adversity is undeniable. He became a symbol of talent and perseverance. He also exemplified an artist embracing his life to the fullest. 16. James Baldwin, the fiercely passionate writer, and his relentless struggle against societal bias. James Baldwin, an essential figure in 20th century literature and social activism, etched his mark on history with works like Go Tell It on the Mountain and Giovanni's Room. Born in a time of intense racial division, Baldwin not only documented the suffering of African Americans, but also bravely addressed homosexuality in his writing, a highly sensitive topic then. On 1st December 1987, in Saint-Paul-de-Vence, France, he passed away from stomach cancer, leaving behind an enduring influence. Baldwin never hid his sexual orientation, yet he never explicitly announced it. Instead, he let the words in Giovanni's Room convey his truth. The novel's poignant love story was both a personal admission and a defiant challenge to a rigid society. In an age when even minor deviations could ruin reputations, Baldwin wrote with the intensity of a revolutionary. This fire not only revealed the truth, but also consumed his spirit. He faced boycotts and condemnation, yet remained unwavering. Baldwin knew that if he let society define him, the messages of liberty and equality he championed would be misrepresented. Perhaps he allowed his writing to lead, aware that his words would be manipulated by his adversaries. Baldwin's narrative is not only the suffering of a gay man during a repressive period, but also the victory of determination and bravery. He did not yield to societal pressure. He never ceased fighting for truth, leaving behind a profound legacy of freedom. It is accurate to say James Baldwin was more than a writer. He was a radiant beacon in the oppressive darkness of prejudice. 15. Barbara Jordan. A black lesbian woman's silent battle in a politically hostile climate. A powerful and intelligent figure, Barbara Jordan was the first African-American woman elected to the Texas House of Representatives and the first from the southern U.S. to reach Congress. Her exceptional speaking abilities captivated audiences during President Nixon's impeachment hearings. However, this successful career masked a private life shrouded in secrecy. In a prejudiced society, particularly in the South, Barbara Jordan never disclosed her sexuality. Her long-term relationship with Nancy Earl remained undisclosed until after her passing. For much of her life, this relationship was a hidden aspect, feared to jeopardize her political career. The conservative political landscape, where the rights and careers of black people and LGBTQ+ individuals were precarious, made open acknowledgement of her sexual orientation a considerable risk. Barbara Jordan's reticence about her personal life likely stemmed from a fear of political ostracism. With LGBTQ+ rights largely ignored, concealing her true self was a survival tactic. Yet, despite immense challenges, Barbara Jordan remains an inspiration. Her legacy extends beyond her political triumphs. She embodies resilience and intelligence in her quiet fight for equality. 14. Truman Capote, the openly gay literary icon, and his tragic life mirrored in his writing. Truman Capote, a supremely gifted author of the 20th century, astounded the literary community with masterpieces such as Breakfast at Tiffany's and In Cold Blood. His incisive prose style not only enthralled readers, but also established him as a trailblazer in nonfiction narrative. Yet concealed beneath those gripping tales and evocative language was a deeply painful existence known to few. Capote's homosexuality was not a secret, and his life was anything but straightforward. His flamboyant style and close ties to celebrated figures made him the subject of much speculation. As a nonconformist writer, Capote viewed open living as integral to his self-expression and a calculated image strategy. Although his era held relatively progressive views within artistic and intellectual communities, this didn't eliminate the substantial costs of openness. Despite his outwardly liberal image, Capote endured intense internal struggles, especially as the weight of crime and scandal narratives began to burden him. His unconventional conduct, unusual associations, and lavish lifestyle resulted in him being judged as a self-made criminal. Nevertheless, this tumultuous life contributed to Capote's legendary status, a presence eternally etched in the memories of readers. His personal defiance and literary innovations created a lasting legacy. 13. The celebrated stage actress Nell Carter, a star carrying a poignant secret, a life shrouded in concealed suffering. Known to fans of the sitcom Give Me a Break, Nell Carter's remarkable singing and acting abilities propelled her to fame in the entertainment industry. In 1978, her performance in the musical Ain't Misbehavin' earned her a Tony and Drama Desk Award, solidifying her status as a theatrical legend. Yet, a significant secret remained concealed throughout her life. Carter, while married to a man, also had relationships with women. Following her passing, numerous sources confirmed her open identification as bisexual to her inner circle. Her life was a constant struggle, not just on stage, but within the confines of her personal life. Nell Carter's career flourished during the 1980s and 1990s, an era where bisexuality and the LGBTQ+ community faced considerable stigma, particularly within the entertainment world. Carter may have kept her sexuality private to shield herself from potential professional repercussions and maintain her personal privacy from intrusive scrutiny. She confronted not only professional pressures, but also societal obstacles where genuine self-expression risked the forfeiture of everything. Ultimately, through resilience and determination, Nell's life concluded with a sense of inner tranquility. 12. Billy Strayhorn, a remarkable openly gay artist who bravely embraced his true self in a prejudiced world. Billy Strayhorn, celebrated for iconic jazz pieces such as Take the A Train and Lush Life, remains a prominent figure in American musical history. His extensive partnership with the renowned Duke Ellington yielded not only exceptional music, but also cemented his industry standing. Strayhorn was a gifted composer and a resilient individual who lived honestly during a difficult time. In a music scene rife with bias and discrimination, Billy Strayhorn openly lived as a gay man, demonstrating that he could excel despite facing disapproval. He was among the few artists of his era who did not conceal their identity and earned respect within the music world. Strayhorn's candidness about his sexuality may have arisen from self-assurance and acceptance within his artistic circle. In the end, he transcended the role of composer. He became a symbol of bravery and integrity in a challenging era. While the music community then may not have fully embraced inclusivity, Strayhorn not only persevered, but flourished. His self-belief and passion for music fueled the creation of timeless works still cherished today. This self-acceptance and ambition made Strayhorn a timeless legend and an inspiration for the LGBTQ+ music community. 11. The tragic irony of music icon Whitney Houston and the secret she carried to her grave remains a poignant story. Whitney Houston, possessing one of the most captivating voices and unparalleled emotional power in music history, was a generational icon and an inspiration to millions. selling over 200 million albums globally with classics like I Will Always Love You and Greatest Love of All. She achieved phenomenal career success, winning numerous Grammys and leaving an indelible mark on music. Yet behind the glamour lay painful struggles with societal pressures and inner turmoil. Whitney's death on February 11, 2012, at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in California shocked the world. Investigations showed she drowned in her bathtub. Cocaine use and heart disease contributed to the tragedy. Before this heartbreaking end, however, Whitney endured profound loneliness and concealed truths that hindered her self-acceptance. In the 2019 memoir, A Song for You, Robin Crawford, Whitney's closest friend, revealed a same-sex relationship with Whitney during her youth. This love was suppressed by familial and societal pressures. Whitney's devout mother strongly opposed homosexuality, creating a barrier preventing Whitney from living authentically. Publicly acknowledging a same-sex relationship in the 80s and 90s was unthinkable for a star of Whitney's magnitude. She faced immense pressure to maintain a perfect public image, fearing career ruin. Rumors of her relationship with Robin surfaced, leading to public doubt and judgment. It felt as though the world awaited her failure, ready to erase her achievements at the slightest misstep. These internal conflicts may have fueled Whitney's addiction and unhealthy relationships. She was a silent warrior, safeguarding a carefully constructed image for decades, but at the cost of her freedom and happiness. Though the secrets emerged posthumously, Whitney Houston remains a timeless music icon. Her tragedy highlighted the pressures faced by the LGBTQ+ community in the entertainment industry. Whitney's legacy endures, not just through her music, but also through her message of love and acceptance. 10. The renowned actor Paul Winfield and the heavy burden of secrecy. Paul Winfield, a gifted performer, left a lasting mark on film and television through his intensely moving portrayals. Nominated for an Oscar for his role in Sounder, 1972, and winning an Emmy for Picket Fences, Winfield was a prominent figure in the entertainment world, embodying dedication and exceptional skill. Yet, concealed beneath his public persona lay a secret with the potential to drastically alter his public image. Throughout his career, Paul Winfield maintained a private life, shielding his personal affairs from public view. However, following his passing on March 7, 2004, startling revelations came to light. Winfield was not only a master of profound acting, but also a gay man who had shared a long-term relationship of over 30 years with designer Charles Gillen Jr., a love story kept discreet amidst intense public scrutiny and societal bias. The choice to remain closeted was not without immense difficulty. As an African-American man working in Hollywood during the 20th century, a time marked by widespread racial and gender discrimination, publicly disclosing his sexuality could have jeopardized his career. Winfield strategically opted for silence, safeguarding himself from potential professional ruin, but at a significant personal price. What was the consequence of this silence? It meant concealing his loving relationship with the partner who had been by his side for 30 years. 9. Billie Holiday, the jazz icon, famed for her emotive voice and enduring hits such as Strange Fruit, a protest song against racial prejudice. Rising from poverty, she conquered the music scene, leaving an indelible mark with her distinctive, powerful style. Yet beneath her glamorous career lurked deep-seated wounds. As time passed, the pain, haunting memories, and untold secrets emerged. Besides her captivating voice, Billie Holiday was noted for her enigmatic relationships, particularly those with women. She had a clandestine affair with actress Tallulah Bankhead, a story kept hidden until after her death. In a judgmental society where homosexuality was condemned, these relationships remained secret. She undoubtedly sought to avoid public condemnation. Thus, Billie carefully guarded her private life. Billie's life was a paradox of brilliance and tragedy. Addiction, family strife, and profound isolation plagued her. But the most agonizing burden was concealing aspects of herself. Her legendary stage performances were both triumphant and agonizing, a place where her pain intensified due to her self-imposed secrecy. Each song was a lament, a stifled cry for a life lived inauthentically. Billie Holiday's silence regarding her sexual orientation may have stemmed from a desire to protect her burgeoning career. For Black artists especially, revealing a homosexual identity could have meant complete professional ruin, resulting in ostracism and a scarcity of performance engagements. Yet from this pain sprang magnificent music, songs that resonate eternally. Throughout her life, Billie Holiday was not only a musical giant, but a courageous fighter against malicious gossip. While the scars of prejudice, solitude, and suffering remained unhealed, her enduring legacy continues. 8. Bayard Rustin, the unsung hero of a pivotal revolution. Bayard Rustin's name is linked to the monumental achievements of the American Civil Rights Movement. Yet many are unaware of his role as the architect of the landmark 1963 March on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech. A key strategist for King, Rustin championed social justice throughout his life. Rustin lived openly as a gay man, a fact that made him a constant target of criticism from both foes and supporters. His 1953 arrest for homosexual conduct became a tool used to discredit his accomplishments. While King received widespread acclaim, Rustin was marginalized, as if society couldn't reconcile a justice advocate with such a personal truth. But Rustin remained steadfast. He refused to conceal his identity, nor did he compromise his dedication to either the civil rights movement or LGBTQ+ equality. It is remarkable how he persevered through intense discrimination, organizing, leading, and driving transformative change. It could be argued Rustin lived under a cloud of stigma. However, this shadow cast a powerful light for future generations. Though some conservatives may have forgotten him, Rustin remains an emblem of commitment and fortitude in the hearts of freedom's champions, a testament to the arduous yet rewarding pursuit of truth. 7. Josephine Baker, the Parisian Queen, and the mysteries concealed beneath the limelight. Josephine Baker, a name that brilliantly lit up the 1920s and permanently inscribed her heritage in history as an ageless icon. The first African-American singer and dancer to triumph in Paris, she transformed the stage into her personal realm, where she was worshipped as a deity. With her captivating talent and charm, she became a global sensation, shattering racial biases. More than an artist, Baker was also a civil rights champion and a courageous spy during World War II, contributing to the French Resistance. Yet behind her extraordinary accomplishments was a woman with a heart burdened by sorrow, caught between fame and her true self. On 12th of April 1975, Josephine Baker died in Paris from a cerebral hemorrhage immediately following a performance celebrating her career. An unforeseen end to a life brimming with passion and energy, yet concealing untold suffering. She was renowned for her unconventional lifestyle. However, her same-sex relationships, such as her discreet romance with Frida Kahlo, were only disclosed through later documents and autobiographies. In her lifetime, being openly gay was nearly impossible, particularly for a black artist who had already overcome countless obstacles to achieve stardom. On stage, Josephine Baker was the epitome of allure, daring, and liberty. But when the lights faded, she confronted solitude and inner turmoil. Her same-sex relationships were like concealed puzzle pieces, never fully assembled. Each dance move, each laugh, was a mask shielding her true self from society's judgmental gaze. As a trailblazer, she not only battled racial prejudice, but also the pressure to repress her sexual orientation. She might have chosen to live openly, yet discreetly, unwilling to jeopardize her career or become a target of public scorn. At that time, the world wasn't prepared for a woman who was both a beauty icon and gay. But the cost of her silence was the persistent ache of yearning for genuine love while forced to conceal her emotions. Over time, Josephine Baker became an example of resilience and strength. She shattered every societal barrier, becoming a symbol of freedom and equality. The secrets and internal conflicts she faced did not diminish the brilliance she left behind. Instead, they amplified her narrative, inspiring all who dared to live genuinely. 6. Phyllis Hyman, a renowned figure, and the untold stories concealed from the public eye. With her potent and deeply felt vocals, Phyllis Hyman ascended to become a leading light in soul and R&B music, crafting iconic tracks such as You Know How to Love Me and Living All Alone. Her influence extended beyond music. She significantly impacted the entertainment world, even receiving a Tony Award nomination for her part in the musical Sophisticated Ladies. Yet behind this dazzling facade, Phyllis Hyman grappled with hidden struggles unknown to the world. Her suicide on June 30, 1995, attributed to depression, stunned everyone. This was just the beginning, as previously unknown, explosive secrets came to light only after her passing. Despite international recognition of her extraordinary gift, Phyllis's personal life was a tapestry of unaddressed inconsistencies. Underneath the glare of the stage lights, she perpetually concealed aspects of herself. Speculation regarding Phyllis's same-sex relationships surfaced post-mortem, prompting a re-evaluation of the enigmatic life of this legendary artist. Throughout her career, she never publicly disclosed her sexual orientation, possibly due to societal prejudice against homosexuality, particularly within the Black community and the demanding entertainment industry. Each performance likely represented an internal struggle for Phyllis. When the spotlight illuminated her, she transformed into a star. But once the lights dimmed, she endured inexpressible pain. The consequence of her silence was prolonged solitude and escalating depression. She was unable to conquer the intense emotional turmoil within. To the public, Phyllis embodied charm and talent, yet her daily struggles remained unknown. The outcome was a tragic end, a devastating loss for a woman possessing both strength and immense talent, forever battling private agonies she could never reveal. 5. Comedienne Jackie Moms. Mabley, a comedic legend who embodied authenticity, achieved iconic status. Jackie Moms Mabley, a pioneering comedic giant, captivated audiences with her insightful, satirical wit and candid discussions of sensitive topics. She was more than an entertainer. She was a symbol of defiance, a vocal advocate during a period of marginalization for Black women and the LGBTQ+ community. During her career's zenith, Mabley was among the first to challenge deeply ingrained societal biases. However, a profound secret was known only to her. While eliciting hearty laughter, Mabley endured unspeakable suffering as a Black lesbian woman embracing her true self in an era marked by intense sexual and racial prejudice. It was an arduous journey. The revelations of her personal life and relationships could have destroyed her carefully cultivated image and career. Beneath her charming smile and humorous onstage anecdotes lay a constant struggle for survival in a hostile environment rife with racism and homophobia. Nevertheless, she persevered. Despite overwhelming odds, Mabley became a legendary comedienne, a courageous woman who lived truthfully. Her unwavering resilience exemplifies an indomitable spirit, and her legacy continues to motivate future artists facing challenges and hardship. 4. Richard Penniman, the iconic rock and roll legend, lived a life of both dazzling triumph and hidden torment. This architect of 1950s rock and roll, with anthems like Tutti Frutti and Long Tall Sally, revolutionized music and profoundly influenced artists such as the Beatles and Prince. His electrifying performances, flamboyant style, and powerful voice cemented his status as an unforgettable figure. On May 9, 2020, Little Richard died in Tullahoma, Tennessee, succumbing to bone cancer. His passing marked the end of a life brimming with success, yet shadowed by profound inner conflict. His career was a continuous battle against societal bias and deeply personal struggles with his identity. He publicly hinted at bisexuality, yet this was only a glimpse into a far more complex reality. During the mid-20th century, when LGBTQ+ prejudice was rampant, Little Richard grappled with the conflict between his religious beliefs and his inherent nature. As a celebrated artist, he felt compelled to project a flawless public image, fearing that any suggestion of homosexuality would ruin his career. Speculation about his same-sex relationships circulated, but Richard never explicitly confirmed them, oscillating between confession and denial, trapped between truth and the terror of rejection. Each performance was a masquerade. The powerful masculine persona he presented was a carefully constructed shield against his inner turmoil. The intensifying rumors heightened the pressure, leaving Richard paralyzed by the fear that one admission could shatter his meticulously built world. In his later years, he publicly acknowledged his sexual orientation, a courageous act, albeit belated. Perhaps he finally understood that living authentically was paramount. His journey stands as a testament not only to his immense talent, but also to the challenging quest for self-acceptance. The inherent secrets, contradictions, and pain weave a poignant narrative, a tragic yet inspiring story. Little Richard's legacy extends beyond rock and roll. He became a symbol of resilience, leaving an enduring impact on those who strive to live truthfully. 3. The renowned R&B artist Luther Vandross lived a life shadowed by secrecy and apprehension. Luther Vandross, a vocal icon of R&B, achieved immense success with moving ballads such as Dance with My Father and Here and Now. His career soared to incredible heights, marked by 8 Grammy Awards, culminating in a 2004 Grammy for Album of the Year. However, behind his glittering success lay undisclosed truths. Throughout his career, Luther Vandross never publicly disclosed his sexual orientation, despite persistent rumors. His silence remains a question, a deliberate choice, or a difficult decision born from the pressures of an industry where a male artist's image was heavily linked to his appeal to women? Coming out might have jeopardized not just his fan base, but also the hard-earned respect he cultivated. This fear profoundly impacted his life. Each of Luther's performances transcended a mere concert. It was a stage where he performed under a cloud of societal judgment. His persona as a captivating and handsome music star became a shield, concealing his true self. Every move he made, every step on stage, demanded precision, as a single misstep could unravel his carefully constructed image. Perhaps Luther chose to avoid career ruin by not confronting a society unprepared for an openly gay male figure in the music world. 2. Octavia Butler, the groundbreaking science fiction author who concealed a surprising fact about her sexuality. Octavia Butler is a crucial figure in science fiction literature. Her celebrated novels, including Kindred and Parable of the Sower, represent significant milestones in the genre. She was the first African-American woman to receive both a Hugo and Nebula Award, and also a MacArthur Foundation Genius Grant recipient, a remarkable accomplishment for any woman in literature. Yet her professional success masked a private life shrouded in mystery, particularly concerning her sexual orientation. While she never publicly disclosed her sexuality, the richly developed LGBTQ+ characters in her writing prompted speculation about her own identity. In a socially conservative climate where individuality faced resistance, Butler may have prioritized protecting her career by keeping her personal life private. The multifaceted gender dynamics in her novels were not simply artistic expressions, but also subtle affirmations of the LGBTQ+ community. In a world presenting significant obstacles to Black women and the LGBTQ+ community, Butler prioritized self-preservation. Concealing her sexual orientation did not diminish her commitment to equality and diversity. Rather, she was a trailblazer, subtly advocating through her narratives and characters, leaving an enduring legacy. 1. Richard Pryor, the iconic comedian, concealed a deeply emotional private life. This comedy legend, renowned for his brilliant performances and groundbreaking commentary on racism and poverty, was a pivotal figure in stand-up comedy. His immense influence on the art form is undeniable, creating a legacy that endures. His passing on December 10, 2005, in Encino, California, however, unveiled previously unknown aspects of his personal life. Following his death, whispers of a same-sex relationship with Marlon Brando emerged, fueled by Quincy Jones's 2018 memoir. Previous humorous allusions to same-sex relationships gained renewed attention. While the truth remains debated, Pryor never publicly addressed his sexuality, perhaps due to societal intolerance toward such matters during his career. Pryor existed in a dichotomy, a joyous performer on stage, yet burdened by immense personal suffering and internal conflict. His same-sex relationships may have been a secret he felt compelled to keep hidden, fearing the potential damage to his hard-earned reputation and career. Ultimately, Richard Pryor remains a comedic icon, his legacy celebrated, his personal struggles never entirely overshadowing his comedic genius. This video concludes, having examined the hidden sexual orientations of renowned figures until their passing. Their professional lives were significantly challenged, and they also endured societal prejudice and discrimination. However, they persevered, made substantial contributions, and left an enduring legacy. These narratives offer valuable lessons in both perseverance and the need for caution, while also urging respect for diversity and the protection of individual liberties. What are your thoughts on these concealed lives? How might their journeys have differed had they chosen open authenticity? Share your opinions in the comments section. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more untold stories of celebrated personalities.